Yeah, so what we're going to look at...
What do Muslims believe about the Quran, brother?
So they believe that the Quran is uncreated. They believe that the Quran is eternal, which gives it an attribute equal to Allah. And Muslims go around and tell us that they believe in one God.
Content over everything.
They believe in something called Tawheed. But today, we're going to find out how many gods they have. We're going to go through the scriptures, their own scriptures, as we always do, and we're going to find out.
Why are you preaching? Why don't you talk about your religion? Why are you going to talk about Islam?
We're
Why are you going to talk about Islam? Who are you to talk about Islam?
about the hadith
Who are you to
and
talk
the
about
Quran.
Islam? Who are you to talk about?
I am Christian.
Have you got any
Therefore,
Have you got any
I don't
curriculum
have
to
the right to
talk
talk about Islam.
Why are you talking about Islam?
Sir,
Who are you?
Sir,
Have you got any
I
credit?
told you I am Christian.
And why are you talking about
Therefore,
Islam?
I have a right to talk about Islam because
Wow, who
all
gave you-
Islam does is to attack my Christian faith. Therefore, it gives me right to respond and challenge the teachings of Islam. So, Quran is a book alongside of being the eternal word of Allah. It is given to man called Muhammad through angel Gabriel around 650. But it is also identified as the eternal tablet. It is also identified as the speech of Allah. So it is eternal. Quran doesn't have the beginning. Quran doesn't have the end. There was no time and place. Allah was speechless.
Yes.
But in 610, Allah, with all of his wisdom, sends his will down with the angel Gabriel and identify his will as the Quran.
Now,
Tell me about
for
the
you
Bible.
Muslims,
Tell me about the
don't
Bible.
get angry. Respond to our challenge. Don't get angry, yeah? We're going to
Those are
quote...
Islamic challenges, not
Yeah,
our challenge.
the Islamic challenge, exactly. We're going to read your own sources. We're not making this
Tell
up.
me about the Bible.
And then you see for yourself that
Tell me
Islam
about the Bible.
does not have one God.
Teach me Islam. I don't need
So,
Exactly. So you haven't read Islam, I guess.
Quran is a book
Tell me
which
about
is
the Bible. I want to know
also
about the Bible.
speech of Allah.
Yeah.
On the day of judgment,
me
it's
about the
going to
Bible.
intercede for those who recite the Quran. Sir, which Quran do you recite?
Which Quran do you recite?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because only the correct recitation is
about the
going to
Bible.
intercede for you.
Listen,
sir.
to give you the
you
Bible,
eat- do
which
you
is
eat
the
pork?
solution,
Do you eat
yeah,
pork?
we need to show you the problems
Do you
in
eat
your
pork?
books. There are problems, and Islam
Do
is
you-
a dark
do you eat
religion,
pork?
and the Bible says you must hate evil and darkness.
Do you eat pork?
So we're exposing your darkness. So now, what Quran do you
Where
recite?
did you study Islam? Where did you
So you don't have an answer.
No, where did you study Islam? For you to teach me my
Do you
religion.
eat pork?
For you to teach me my religion.
let's read this.
Where did you learn your
Yeah,
where
let
did
me
you learn my
respond.
religion?
Yeah, let me respond that. Question is, where did I learn about Islam to teach Muslims about Islam?
Yeah.
I am not teaching Muslims about Islam. I am challenging the Islamic teachings. But let's see what
did you
your
learn it
prophet.
from? Where did you learn it
Let's
from?
see what your prophet said.
own
Where did you
Quran.
learn it
If
from?
you are doubting regarding
speak
what
Arabic?
we have given to you,
Do you understand
go
Arabic?
and ask the people of the
Do you
books.
understand
Surah 10,
Arabic?
It's not-
Do you understand
not
Arabic?
go and ask the
You wanna
scholars.
answer my question, will
It's
you?
not go and ask your sheikhs, but it is go and
you
ask the
understand
people
Arabic?
of the book.
Yes.
As a people of
You
the
do.
book, I step in and then I ask questions about Islam. So let me
But
repeat
you're not
my
Christian.
question
You're not
once
Christian.
again.
You're not Christian.
Which Quran do you recite?
You're not Christian though.
They don't have an
Which Quran
answer.
do you
You're not
recite?
They don't have an answer. We read
Are you
what
Christian?
your sources say,
Are you Christian?
and then you can
Which
respond.
Christian are you?
But of course you're not going to do it. Sahih Muslim
No, which Christian are you?
991.
Which Christian are you?
Abu Umar reported,
Are you a born-again
I
Christian?
heard a messenger of
Are you
Allah say,
Catholic?
read the
Are you
Quran.
Protestant? What
It
Christian
will
are you?
come as an
Do you
intercessor
eat pork?
for its reciters
pork?
on the day of
Do you
resurrection.
Eat pork? Do you eat pork?
So now, for the Quran to intercede for you Muslims,
Do you eat pork?
what kind of attributes does the Quran need to have?
Do you eat pork?
Listen,
Do you eat
point
pork?
finger,
answer
when
to
you
the
point
question?
the finger at my religion, there's four fingers pointing back at your religion.
I'm
So talk
challenging-
about your
I'm
religion.
challenging your
Stop
religion.
challenging my religion. Challenge your
You
own
don't like to
religion.
be challenged.
Challenge your own religion first.
Why
like to be
are you
challenged.
Use
so
those
upset?
the fingers
Have
that are
you
pointing back at
noticed
you.
the problem?
Fingers that are pointing back at you.
Islam has a
Point them out.
problem. Muslims has a problem. Speech of Allah, which is the part of Allah,
Exactly.
which become a book, is going to intercede for those who did the right recitation. Sir, then my question to you again. Let's hope if you are reciting the Hafs Quran, that is the right
Or the Wash
recitation.
Quran. Which one do you recite?
Do you eat pork?
Any Muslim? Are you a Muslim?
I am a Muslim.
Which Quran do you recite?
Don't fall in the trap. Trust me, I know these guys.
I'm reading the scripture.
What's their argument?
No,
We're
what
saying
they're gonna
that
do is
Islam
they're gonna put you into
does
a
not
trap,
teach
right?
one
they don't
God.
answer any questions. They keep asking questions.
Any Muslims who
They'll
want to
trap
answer the
you.
question.
What's their argument?
What they're saying is that we follow many gods.
Your hadiths clearly
We don't have
show
one God.
that
we
you have more than
multiple
one God.
They think that the Quran
It's
is
not
God.
Allah only. We're challenging you and you're angry. Why are you angry? Don't be angry.
Don't
We
try
can just
that.
debate
Don't try
without
that one.
even fighting one another.
Because you can't understand it.
Speech of Allah,
Wait, so what's the
which
argument?
What's
become
the
a
argument?
book, is going to intercede
So I just
for
came here.
those who does the right recitation.
I can't understand what she's saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you can't understand, just walk away, sir. So,
Can you-
let me read the hadith again for you.
Can you speak clearly? I
Read
don't
the
understand.
Quran, for it will become an intercessor.
I don't know what
for
you're saying.
It is reciters on the day of resurrection.
The
Okay,
Quran
speak.
will intercede for you.
You should speak.
No, it doesn't matter. We
No,
can
no,
both
no,
speak.
I can't
The
understand
Quran
you.
will
I can
intercede
understand
for
you.
you. Which Quran do you recite? Which Quran will
I
intercede
asked
for
you a
you?
question first. When you
No,
answer
no,
that,
no,
I'll
wait,
answer.
wait. So what's the point of that?
So you can't answer it.
No,
Yeah?
will you answer my question?
Okay.
Oh,
And you
no,
want-
no,
do you want
no,
answer?
no. So
Do you want
I-
answer?
I don't
so-
think you
so
should
what's-
speak at all. 'cause I
So
understand
take
what
your
you're
argument
saying.
to completion. So the Quran will intercede for you. Then what?
So what kind of attributes does the Quran need to have to intercede for you?
So the argument
This
that
is the Quran.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
I don't understand what you're
so
saying.
the argument is the Quran.
I
The
don't
Quran, in an, as a text
I've been
in an
watching it for
abstract
many years
sense,
now.
will intercede on your behalf on the day of judgment, right?
Yeah, that's what we just read. Yeah.
Right. So what's the what conclusion are you extracting? That's what I'm trying to understand.
So for someone to intercede for Muslims,
Right.
how many Muslims do we have in this world?
Over 1 billion.
For someone to intercede for over 1 billion Muslims in this world,
Right.
what kind of attributes that thing needs to have? So in this sense, is the Quran.
So I mean, many things can intercede for you, right? So this, like, I'm Shia, so I have different sources. But what I speculate this is saying is that, in a cosmic sense, when you read the Quran, it's going to be a testifier for you on the day of judgment. So there's the literal interpretation that, maybe there are over 1 billion copies of the Quran, right? It's not a literal translation in the form of the Quran, but a metaphysical idea that something spiritual that you
We understand
read-
what you're saying.
Yeah. Let me finish. Will intercede on your behalf. That's what I extracted from that specific text.
Yeah,
that-
let me read more, and then it will clarify you how Tawhid of Islam messed up, okay?
Okay, so make your argument in a succinct way, please.
So, Quran is the speech of Allah.
Yes.
Is going to intercede for mankind.
Yes.
And it's not only for mankind, but for those who does the right recitation.
Sure.
Okay? So, as a Shia Muslim, I believe you recite the Hafs Quran. Is that correct?
The what Quran?
Which
The
Quran do you
Hafs
recite?
Quran.
What is the Hafs Quran?
That's one of the
So
translations.
there are
Oh, they
lots
just
of
make it
different.
up, they make it
there
up.
are lots of different
You don't know
Qurans.
Hafs.
No, wait,
okay?
no. Give me a source.
So,
Yeah,
you-
give the
Engage
source.
so,
with you. What is a Hafs Quran?
so you do have Hafs Quran.
No,
which-
you're saying I
Yeah,
do, but what's the
Talking
source?
about different translations.
Hafs
and,
is not a
like,
translation,
and the-
ma'am.
and the
Hafs
different, like,
Hafs is not a translation.
interpretations.
Just
They're
for
talking about, like, the-
so Quran has different readings.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
different translations.
I'm not talking about the English translation. I'm talking about the Arabic text.
The recitation.
Recitations,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So, which recitation do you follow?
Listen, the thing is, you're coupling up like this entire.
Can you just answer the question?
No.
Which recitation do you
You
follow?
don't,
do
you
you
don't
not
even
answer?
know which recitation I would follow because
We're
they're
asking
not
you.
actually.
Are you not Shia Muslim, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, which recitation do you follow?
So tell us which one you follow.
First of all, there's multiple interpretations. So based on that, you can go and research different books. Just like with science, there are
Which
multiple.
one do you recite? You and you yourself,
We
sir.
have our own own.
Which one do you do?
We have our own line of transmission. So, for example,
Do you have the
I
name
would
for it?
read. I
I'm
would
not
read,
talking about the transmission. So recitation,
Yes, but
which one do
even
you
for
recite?
interpretation, there are lines
It's not
of
the interpretation, it's
transmission.
the
recitation. We're talking about the
Which reading do
recitation.
you follow?
Which one do you
Are you
follow?
sure you are Muslim?
Give us the
What?
name.
You just said you were talking about
Are you
interpretation.
sure?
Yeah.
I didn't say
No, we
interpretation.
talked about recitation.
Are you sure you are Muslim? Are you sure you are Muslim?
No. Please, let's engage each other. So,
you sure
so
you're
make your conclusion. So I follow a specific recitation.
Okay,
which one is it?
Yeah.
let's say,
I
sake
follow-
of the argument,
I
that's
follow-
the Hafs one.
I follow
Okay?
recitation X. Sure. So
Okay.
make your argument, make your conclusion.
So let's say, sake of the argument, you follow the Hafs one.
Sure.
In Morocco, people follow the Warsh one. In Sudan, people follow the Dori Quran. Okay, so there are lots of them. I'll go with the Hafs Quran.
The
okay?
recitation style, correct?
So
The recitation style,
if
right?
the Hafs Quran is the correct one,
No. That's
if
not
the
it. That's not a
Hafs
type of
Quran
Quran.
is the
That's not a
correct
type of
one,
Quran.
He's not
then
saying-
Hafs Quran
he's
is
not
going
saying
to
it's correct. What are you
intercede
talking about?
For you on the day of
No.
judgment.
No.
For
Answer
Hafs
my
Quran
argument.
to intercede.
No.
Let me finish, sir.
No.
Let
but-
me finish. I'm going to give you time.
He won't.
For
He won't.
Hafs Quran to intercede for mankind, there are 2 billion Muslims today. 1.8, okay?
Yeah, it's not 1.8, it's 1.7.
Okay, 1.7. Doesn't matter. Okay, go on.
No.
but
That
2 billion.
hadith. No. The foundation
Okay,
of your
but-
argument is
Quran
wrong.
needs to know-
It's the Quran. It's not
Quran-
the physical manifestation of the Quran.
Quran
It's the
needs to
cosmic.
know who are the people who recite the correct recitation.
All right.
Quran needs to hear that.
You understand?
Quran
No.
needs to
I
acknowledge
understand.
them. Therefore, Quran needs to be all-knowing and all-powerful and all-present. So
No,
now,
that's
let's
not
read the
on
hadith
point.
for you. Okay, listen to this one.
Okay. So let me make my argument now.
No, I
You've
haven't
had your
finished,
time.
sir.
Let him
I'm
finish the
gonna
hadith,
give you time.
and then
Let
you
me
can
finish.
talk.
Let me finish.
Let him finish the hadith, the reading of the hadith.
I heard Muhammad is saying, okay, the Quran and its people
What is the source?
who appealed it
Where are you reading
will
this
be
from?
brought on the day of resurrection.
say it first.
I've been here for
Proceed with
10 minutes.
Surah
Give me a
2
chance to talk.
And
Yeah.
Surah 3
She won't.
arguing on the behalf of those
She
who
just preach,
appealed
preach,
them.
and when it comes to your
So
question,
then I am asking the question, how can Quran is going to argue with Allah on the day of judgment?
All right.
Now you talk.
All right. So don't fall into this trap.
Yeah.
Can
What
you
she's
look at him and speak to me? I don't understand.
what she's doing is extrapolating a hadith about the Quran, right? The Bible has different forms too, right? So if I were to make a Christian analogy about whatever text of Bible that you followed or the certain language or vernacular of the Bible, then what you would look at is the reader of that Bible and its interaction with that text, right? What these two people are doing is misinterpreting a flawed hadith that they don't provide a source for and saying that because there's... No, let me finish. And what they're trying to do is saying that the Quran's recitation type will mean that that Quran can't intercede on behalf of 2 billion different Muslims because there's many types of Quran, and then that interceder has to be all-knowing and all believing, but that's even the wrong interpretation, because when the Quran testifies on your behalf on the day of judgment, it means that you did good things. You read the Quran, right? If I testify on your behalf, let me finish.
Let me finish.
And then
You don't get a question.
if this brother testifies on my behalf, you don't have to be infallible to testify on the day of judgment. You just have to observe the person whenever they do a certain act. What they're conflating is the Quran and the recitation type, right? That's two different things. The Quran is a singular text of which can be recited in multiple different ways. They're confusing the two by saying that means different Qurans. That's not true. And even if that's true, like, the testifier does not have to be infallible, right? Any one of you can testify on my behalf in front of God if you think I'm ill-willed or ill-intentioned.
Let me respond.
No.
Sir, what's your name?
that it could be.
Right? And so
Sir, what's your name?
as a result, right? The problem.
But you didn't get a question. You're going on a tangent.
No. You didn't get my question
That
either.
was
do you mean? We're the
very
ones asking.
misleading response. But did anyone hear the answer to my question?
They're gonna go. As always, run away.
And there is no answer to
As
my
always,
question.
run away.
Why is the eternal speech of Allah is going to argue with Allah? Allah. Why Surah 2 and Surah 3 is going to argue with Allah?
Intercede for you.
Surah 2 and Surah 3 is the eternal speech of Allah. But in somehow they are going to separate themselves from rest of the Quran, rest of 114 chapters, and they are going to argue with Allah. What does it say to you about your Tawhid Muslims?
The funny thing is that, sorry.
Does he argue?
Yeah, sir.
It says argue.
Yeah, we're good. We just read it. We just read it. So what he said was,
919.
a person can intercede on my behalf on my good deeds. That's what he said.
Our conscience.
Our argument was not that. This is on the day of resurrection. The Quran on its own will be interceding for the believers. So for the Quran to intercede for the believers and also argue for the Quran to do that for 2 billion or 1.8 billion Muslims, the Quran must have the attributes of God, of all-knowing. It must know all the Muslims everywhere.
It doesn't say the Quran knows everything.
The Quran is interceding on the day of resurrection.
Let me read the hadith for you.
What kind of attributes does the Quran has?
Let me read it for
God
you.
can make the Quran talk. So the problem
Okay, but
Quran
your
is
scripture doesn't say
already
that.
speech of Allah. And speech of Allah, Surah 2 and Surah 3, is going to separate itself from the rest of the Quran and going to argue with Allah on the behalf of those people who recite the correct recitation.
Exactly.
So, for Quran to do that, Quran must have a consciousness, Quran must have a will, and the will of Quran must be against the will of Allah, since Quran is going to argue with Allah. What does it tell you about your God, sir? That's the question.
just tells me that God is all-knowing. Like you said, God is all-knowing.
If God is all-knowing, then why God needs help from the second hand? Who is going to have a different will from Allah to argue behalf of people, sir?
I mean the Quran is argue with Allah on behalf of people.
Yes, it's interceding for you, for the
And then
Muslims.
I'm
For
talking
reading.
about
And arguing too.
No, not argue, intercede. What's wrong with the Quran?
Sahih
interceding?
Muslim 992.
what is
Let
the
me
problem
read it
with that?
again. I read it
Listen,
again.
listen carefully.
Ears, okay? The Quran and its people who appealed it,
Applied it.
applied it, will be brought on the day of resurrection. Proceed with the Surah 2 and Surah 3, arguing on behalf of those
Who applied it.
Apply them. Arguing behalf of those.
If you don't trust
and
us, Sahih
arguing
Muslim.
with Allah. What does it tell you about Quran, sir?
It tells me that it's personal, it's a personal being. It tells me that it has a will different to Allah,
Yeah.
and it tells me that Allah's mind can be changed.
And then it tells you Allah messed up, Islam messed up.
No, that's your own interpretation.
No,
It's in your
sir.
own
No,
words.
but you teach Tawheed.
So is
You
is-
teach
is the
one
Quran-
God.
That's what?
But when we
Hatun,
read your
Hatun.
scriptures,
But
there's
Hatun,
no
is
one
the
God, there's
Quran-
many gods.
Is the Quran personal
One
in
of them
that
is
case?
Quran.
it does not
Even
say
the
the Quran
speech
is
of
another God.
Allah.
It doesn't say that.
Even the speech of God is going to argue with God. Even the speech of Allah is disagreeing with what Allah is
What do you do?
willing.
What do you do when you argue? What is an argument?
You say it's an argument. But
No,
what's the
Sahih
Arabic
Muslim-
word? What's the Arabic
Sahih
word?
Muslim
Sahih
system
Muslim
does too.
What's the Arabic word?
Go to Sahih Muslim.
Show me the Arabic word.
Sahih Muslim 992.
Hide
Check it
behind
out,
Arabic
sir.
all the time.
Yeah?
Okay, go to
That's
Sahih
the
Muslim
problem.
9992.
No, you said it. You gave me the Arabic word.
We have Sahih Muslim 9992.
Sir,
Go
check
read
it out.
it.
It has been
Can I read?
translated as the argue.
You can't forget it. It's 999 and then 2.
So intercede.
Can't
It
forget
doesn't
it.
say
It's
Quran is
emergency.
God. So Tawheed is okay.
How can?
It doesn't say Quran
How
is God.
Come and show us.
will of Allah is arguing with Allah? How come speech of Allah
show you.
is
Look at the Bible
all-knowing
and show
and
you.
all-powerful
Does it say
as it
Look into your
appears
book.
as a
That's a
book?
shame.
It says intercede.
And
Not
it,
argue.
it says arguing, so
No,
Sahih
intercede.
Muslim
In this phone it
992.
says intercede. Yes or no?
No, it says argue here.
Intercede.
Hey, you want me to zoom it?
You said intercede.
Arguing.
That's just a translation.
Intercede is the other one.
Intercede.
Is the other one.
So how is intercede?
What do you want me to do?
Let's see how it gets worse.
How is
okay?
interceding-
Let's see how Sahih
conflicts
Muslim
with
is
Tawheed?
going to destroy the Islamic understanding of unification of Allah. Yes, sir.
So even if it is interceding, This presupposes that there's a difference between the word of Allah and Allah himself.
Yeah.
And there's this dispute between the two.
Yeah.
So the word of Allah, the Quran, is trying to persuade Allah to do something which Allah didn't want to do otherwise.
That's why he's
Yeah.
arguing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Congratulations, brother. It's all
you.
messed up.
You understand.
It's all messed
Do you-
up.
How is it that as a Christian you
That is
understand and you
badly
don't?
messed up.
How?
One Allah,
Steve.
yet his speech
Go on,
is
Andy.
arguing
Go on,
with
Andy. We
Allah.
shook hands.
Let's look at the other one,
shook
brother.
hands
Can
before.
you
We
read
will say hands again, I know.
1757?
Sahih Muslim.
Very careful, okay?
Sahih Muslim 41757, yeah? Abu Umar said he heard Allah's messenger say, recite the Quran. For on the day of resurrection, it will come as an intercessor for those who recite it. Recite the two bright ones, Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran, for the day of resurrection. They will come as two clouds or two shades or two flocks of birds in the ranks, pleading for those who recite them.
Okay, let me add one more to that. I'm going to add one more to that.
Okay, tell me.
Okay.
What's the problem?
It was narrated from Burada that his father told the messenger of Allah said, Muhammad says, okay? Who is speaking? Muhammad. The Quran will come on the day of resurrection like a pale man and will say, I am the one who kept you awake at night and who made you thirsty on the day of resurrection.
How many forms does he have? Or she
Sorry.
has?
Okay,
Quran
you
is
tell
one.
me.
What is the problem with the Quran being
Quran is
intercessor on the day of
one.
judgment?
Allah is one.
read the Bible.
What is 1 plus 1?
Don't know
What
plus
is 1 plus
When
1?
you read the Quran,
What is 1 plus
as a
1?
reward, the Quran
sure he
will be
knows.
an
What is 1
intercessor
plus
for
1?
you.
I'm sure he
Everybody
What is
knows
1
what's
plus 1?
Two.
What is 1 plus 1?
2, or in this case 1 plus 32 or whatever, 37.
Yeah.
So
1 plus 1 makes 2.
How is that relevant?
Quran and Allah.
No.
Two.
Quran is Quran.
Surah 2,
Okay.
Surah 3 versus Allah. Mathematics messed up. Tawhid messed up. Islam messed up because Quran appears to be another God in Islam. So
Where does it say-
I have a problem,
No,
and my
Hatun.
problem is your soul is in dangerous place.
Where does it say the Quran is another God? Where does it say?
Sir,
It says an
Quran is
intercessor.
arguing with Allah.
exactly.
Quran is the speech of Allah. Quran is arguing with Allah.
Let's take you
Quran
back.
answers your
suppose
argument.
I know everything. Suppose I know everything. Okay? Everything in the universe, everything
That's
in the
what
world,
we've been
creation.
saying.
What does
Omniscient.
that mean? It means that I'm omniscient. Who is omniscient but God himself?
Exactly.
Only God is omniscient. Now if the Quran is omniscient, okay?
It says Quran, it says
But that's what it says, is it not?
Quran know
If the Quran-
who recite the right recitation. How can
Because
Quran
Allah
know
commands it.
what 1.84 billion
we know
Muslims
Allah
recites?
commands it.
You know, Muhammad doesn't know, Allah doesn't know, Hadith doesn't know, your Sahabis doesn't
Muhammad-
know.
at least
How
Muhammad doesn't
can
know.
You know much better than
Allah
that.
knows.
Allah doesn't know.
Quran to be an intercessor for the Muslim. Intercessor for the
Okay, but
Muslim.
you are
There's
saying
no
it.
problem.
You
It
are
doesn't
saying
say
it.
Quran is God. It doesn't
Sir,
say that.
you are saying it.
No, I'm
Sir,
not saying
the
it.
Quran and the
Islam
Hadith
says
don't
it.
say
Okay,
it.
let me
They
break
do
it
Show
down.
us.
Let me break
It
it down.
doesn't say Quran is God.
What is the
It's
three
saying
category
a
of
problem
the
with
Tawhid?
Tawheed.
What
Tawheed
is
is
the
one,
what
God
is
is
the
one.
three
Quran is
category
not a
of the
God.
Tawhid?
There's only one category. You believe in one God, all the books and all the prophets.
Let me explain you once again.
If something has the attributes of a duck, it quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's a duck. So if something has the attributes of God, it has omniscience, it has an ability to actually sort of be in God's presence in that kind of way that no other person can, no other thing can,
No one
then
can,
is he
only
God?
God can.
If he is omniscient, is he God?
Then
you get it.
Since you forgot
you
as
don't
a
get it.
Muslim, what is Tawhid, okay?
Tawheed is believing in one God.
Sir, that's not
With
it.
no association.
Yeah,
That's
so,
the essence of
so
Tawheed. Tawheed
believing
means believing in one.
one God, worshipping one God alone.
Correct.
You do not give attributes of Allah to anyone
We don't.
else.
We
It's
don't.
called shirk, yeah?
Okay?
We don't.
All knowing is the attributes of Allah or not?
It's an attribute of God alone.
All present attributes of Allah or not?
Absolutely.
We don't give it to
How
anybody else.
come?
Only to God.
How come Surah 2, Surah 3
Lord your
has
God
the
is one God.
attributes of Allah? And the last one is the sifat sifaats of Allah. So you are giving the sifaats of Allah
not giving
to
it. You
other.
are giving it.
I am not.
So don't you get it?
Sahih Muslim.
The attributes
That's my
of Allah,
problem.
she just said, the attributes of Allah is all knowing.
Yes.
Quran here is displaying an all-knowing attributes. Do you get it?
No, the Quran is not displaying.
It is
The Quran
interceding
is
for you, the
merely-
Muslims.
It's an intercessor. That's
Yeah,
all. It's
so
commanded by Allah.
No,
Okay,
it's
go,
not.
yeah.
It's
How
arguing
How can the
against
Quran
Allah.
intercede?
That's your
How can that
word.
which is not personal intercede? Is the Quran personal?
God
Does
can
it
make
live?
the
Is it
Quran
living
too.
beings?
It's not
Does
personal.
Quran has a will? Yes, it does. And the will of Quran is different than the will of Allah. Because Quran is going to argue with Allah
It will not argue. The
until
word is intercessor.
Sahih
It's called-
Muslim
I will give it
992.
the word-
Until the believers are being forgiven.
the word
Quran
is
is
Shafi'ah.
going
The
to
word is
appeal
Shafi'ah.
as a
It's
pale
intercessor.
man. Very racist language, man.
Can I ask? This is important, Hatun, okay? In the Bible it says that the Spirit intercedes for us, okay? It says the
Spirit
God intercedes for us before the Father. Now, is that the same kind of intercession that you're saying, my brother? Because if it is, right, then the Quran itself must have a distinct identity apart from Allah. If it has a distinct
No, it doesn't.
identity, it must have, according to you. And if it has a distinct identity, it must also be personal.
Intercession, shafa'ah. It doesn't say
Arguing.
arguing. No, shafa'ah.
You go
It
to
must also be
Google, man.
personal.
No, it's
Go to
Arabic.
Sahih Muslim.
The
Imad,
word
it has to be
in the
personal.
hadith in Arabic is shafa'ah.
Spirit of
You can't
Allah,
argue.
Spirit
You
of
have
God,
to
Spirit of God is identified as Yahweh. Word of Yahweh is identified as Yahweh. As a Christians, we do not have any problem with that. Yet Muslims screams out and tells us that Tawhid. Yet
Come take over everything from your humility.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
It is, look.
The Palestinians say back. The Palestinians
Look
say
here.
back.
So you lied.
British mandate.
So you lied.
Under the British mandate.
He's been lying.
Under the British mandate. Go and look the Palestinians
What was
back.
the
Palestinians
state?
back.
What was the state called before?
What was the state called?
Before it was called.
Under the British mandate.
What was it called?
Under the British
Yeah, before
mandate.
that, what was it called?
Under the British
What was it called? Say
It
it.
was part of the Ottoman Empire.
What was it
Back-
called?
Back in history.
What was it called?
Back in
It
history.
was called Palestine. He doesn't want to say.
My boss.
And by the
I'll
way,
tell you what it's called.
by the way, why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed about Israel?